thought you about like the metal community and that because you know you were sort of like a flagship band in the case of you always play at Bloodstock, don't you?
We've played there quite a lot now. Yeah, people keep joking about the fact that we're the house band because I think we've probably played more than most, definitely.
No, you're actually really good. You really get the crowd during this.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think that's the main draw of it. Really, everybody always has a good time, and we like to ensure that happens.
Yeah, obviously you're playing better. You entertain a lot of people, and you probably influence a lot of people. I mean, metal in general has influenced me a lot. Like, so where would you say your metal influences are, man?
Mine. I'm more to say that I'm in a band like Evil Scarecrow. I've got very straightforward metal influences. So they're like, so I'm a big black and death metal fan. That's why I liked going to Bloodstock, like starting out. Yeah. But I like bands like, Opeth and Rotting Christ and Dimmu Borgir and really sort of progressive black metal bands.
Yeah, personally. That's kind of like the new generation kind of metal. I mean, me, I'm more into like thrash and Iron Metallica, so yeah. That's right, Jenny.
Well, mate, I don't think you can be into metal a lot like those sorts of bands. I've been going through like a thrash phase for the last couple of days, so I've been listening to stuff like, Testament, old school Exodus, Slayer, stuff like that. Because I love that stuff.
So you listen to metal and you like, I do. I mean, every day I do, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I can't really go a day without it, to be honest.
All right, I suffer like mental health, right? Metal's always up with that. Would you say you've ever suffered? And how's metal up you, if you have?
How does metal happen? So I actually have, so I used to suffer from depression myself, and I still have sort of bouts of social anxiety and stuff like that, which is, people find it quite strange playing in bands. And well, I work in the hospitality industry as well. So from a day-to-day perspective, music just in general is a very calming thing to have at hand. And I think more so in the long run, the release that you get from festivals like Bloodstock and gigs and stuff like that is a massive help.
That's really, it does. It really shows the camaraderie of the metal community, doesn't it? I mean, me as the same person, I've never been treated any different. Anyway in metal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't think the metal community is rife with anything like that. I think that, be it disability or sexuality or anything like that, I don't think there's anything that people could think, they either suffer from or that makes them different that isn't going to be accepted by people in the metal community, because it is one of the most accepting groups in the world, from my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I love it. That's why I set out to do this documentary I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, I lost my brother in 2017, and that was a difficult time for me, but I started a metal band of my own.
Oh, really? Amazing.
Yeah, and they become like a family to me, like. So nice. Would you say Evil Scarecrows is like after you?
Oh yeah, we've been. I mean, I suppose the newest addition to the band. Well, actually no. So obviously we have Gravedigger and Alice now, but so I've been in the band coming up to I think 11 to 12 years. So after years and years of touring, I think it's very difficult not to spend that much time together and get very close over time. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. So we practice like every Sunday now. I'm actually a singer.
That's amazing.
Then the sing with the ventilator, right, was quite a challenge. Like.
I can imagine. I try and sing playing the drums and I'm out of breath in 2 seconds. I don't know how you do it. You're superhero.
Yeah, it's really hard, right? But basically, I time myself to whether the ventilator gives me air. So, it's quite enjoyable. Like, I was mad to read in the environment, like, because it's so creative when, like, a bunch of people are together and they make music, like.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like sometimes it never seems like it's going to come to fruition. You will have rehearsals where it's just not working or, it's sort of not naturally dropping into place. But some days you'll just find you'll get into a room and like ideas just fall out of all of you. It's insane.
Yeah, it is random, real shit. In the beginning, right, we found it hard to get musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, guitarists, right, can be really hard to find.
We have people are always making jokes about the amount of bands that I'm in because drummers are really hard to find around these parts. So I've always got work, which is quite nice.
Yeah, something to do with drummers are a challenge to get as well. Like.
Yeah.
So we really recently got back together, obviously to the lockdown and it was a hard time, but it's amazing that you're getting back together and doing it again, like, you know?
Yeah, everything seems to have just kicked back into place, which is nice. It was sort of like a slow trudge towards getting back to normality, but I think we're almost there. I know Bloodstock, even around when Bloodstock was happening, there were a lot of people, cancelling and stuff like that, and still things being changed. But the fact that they still went ahead, I think, was one of the definitive turning points in getting back to normal.
Yeah, it really was like a difficult time for me. And
man.
Getting gigs cancelled, right?
That was it. Everything getting rescheduled. I mean, there are some gigs happening. I mean, even this weekend in Nottingham, we've got some punk gigs happening, like the specials at the arena and stuff like that. And that's been rescheduled for about 2 years, I think. So since 2020. Yeah.
All right, my last question to you, Evan. What does metal mean to you?
Everything. I wouldn't. Which probably doesn't help you in any way. That's quite a blanket answer. I think from a working point of view, I mean, from employment to, again, like we touched on, mental health, huge factor in that. And again, bringing people together, like not only just because of the pandemic, but I'm now recently working with musicians that I've wanted to work with in Nottingham, where we're from, for years. And just because people are after drummers and stuff like that, I'm getting these new opportunities. And again, I couldn't go day to day without listening to music and talking to the people in this community about underground gigs and music that they're listening to. And I think it's just great. It is literally everything.
Yeah. Thank you, man. It's lovely to meet you, anyway.
You're very welcome, mate. Thank you so much for having me, dude. You take care, yeah?
Cheers, man. Yeah, good, mate. All right.
Take care, brother.
Right.